A few days ago, I have a friend. He's very, very successful businessman in Sweden, very, very rich, a very, very big company, real estate. And he's milliardaire, billion business. He said to me, because he's read the book, and said to me, I want to be like you. I said, what? I want to be like you now. I said, what? What do you mean? Compared to you, my money is no money.
Yes.
He said, yes, but listen, I have a lot of debts, a lot of loans everywhere. And it was so good for you not to take $1 from the banks. This is very, very strong of you. And this is something I'm going to do it for my own business now.
Welcome to the Excellent International Leadership Podcast. Your host today works with the world's leading experts on international leadership, helping them find purpose and implement their vision. She's a master certified coach and facilitates a mastermind for CEOs of international companies. She's the author of 3 books and works with Nestle, Novartis, and even the United Nations. She's especially good at helping executives fast track to the C-suite. Welcome, Dr. Katrina Burrus.
Do you want your business to go international? But how can you do so without credit? Panos left Greece for Sweden at age 19 and developed his international business from scratch. Let's listen to how he did it. Welcome to the Excellent International Leadership Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Katrina Burrus, and today we have Panos, and please help me with your last name.
Papadopoulos.
Okay, thank you. So you grew up in a poor area of Greece, and then you created an extremely successful swimwear when you went from 19 years old to Sweden. So you created this swimwear in Sweden, in a country that was not yours or was not of your language. So tell us a little bit about how the way you grew up influenced your attitude and your business success.
I believe this is very important, what you're asking now, because all my book, it's about it without mentioning it. Because what I try to explain to myself, to understand myself, how I was when I was 6 years, 5 years, 10 years, when I grew up in Greece with family values and the political system and everything around me, how affect me as an adult and also to my business career. And I can say today, when I look back, a lot, or everything depends. What I do now, how I was when I was a young boy.
So give us a little bit of examples of something that affected you when you were young and how that repercuted as a business owner.
Let's start with the first one. That I work very hard, even today. I don't need, but I do that. So when I was 6, 7 years old, I started working also very hard. So this followed me all the way, all my life. The second one, I can say my family values, how to be, how to behave, how to treat people around me. So that also is the same today, how I treat my employees, my business partner, my customers, my consumers. So everything.
So how were you treated as a child in your family?
My mother never went to school because he was in the war in Greece. And my father had only 3 years education. But they was very interesting to give us, the kids, there's good values, to be good people. Good people is to take care of yourself, but also to the simple things that maybe it's not so easy today, to give respect to other people around you. Another example is that my father taught me when I was very, very young. They never said to us, but we could hear, we could see how they act. They never borrow anything, any money. They bought the things they needed when they had money.
I see.
And this affects all my business, that When I start make my business, I had no money to start with, but I decided never have a loan in the bank. That it was a very, very good decision at the end.
So you were never really in debt, or you didn't
Never,
live above your means.
never, never. And was my father and my mother's values. So was following me, and I'm very, very happy and glad that
Let's see.
you have it with me. Yeah. During the business trip, you always face a lot of issues. Of course, there was a lot of difficult sometimes, disasters, let's say. And if I had a big loans in the bank, I should not exist anymore. So that was the strength of my business trip, that I had no loans, no debts anywhere. Of course, it helps in a good way. The weak part of it is that you cannot develop your business very fast without loans. This is the balance.
I see. But you grew organically through hard work, and you didn't go beyond what you could do yourself.
I can tell you a few days ago, I have a friend. He's very, very successful businessman in Sweden, very, very rich, a very, very big company, real estate. And he's milliardaire, billion business. He said to me, because he has read the book, and said to me, I want to be like you. I said, what? I want to be like you now. I said, what? What do you mean? Compared to you, my money is no money.
Yes.
He said, yes, but listen, I have a lot of debts, a lot of loans everywhere. And it was so good for you not to take $1 from the banks. This is very, very strong of you. And this is something I'm going to do it for my own business now. I hope in a few years I will not have any loans.
I see.
Okay.
So you're an inspiration for him.
Milliardaire. Yes.
So tell us the title of your book.
The title of the book is My Life, My Odyssey. This is not a business book. When I start writing the book, the idea came from some students or from some lectures I had. So they always asking why you did this, and about the marketing, about the business plan, and about how you was thinking, why you're successful. And everybody was asking to give some ideas how to make it their own trip in a good way and successful. And during the COVID, I got the inspiration to start writing something. I showed it to my daughter. She was 18 years old. She's very critical. No. And when she read this, 4 or 5 pages, it's amazing. I say, what? Do you like it? Yes, it's good. What was it? I start writing how it was my life when I was 4 or 5 years, as far as I can remember the things. For me, it was something something I went back to understand myself, why I'm here today, what's the reason.
Right, it's like a catharsis.
Yeah, exactly. And I had no plan to make a business book. I had no idea how it's going to be. But after a few days, I found a way. I said, okay, let's start from the very beginning and come until now and see what happened. And
how wonderful that your daughter could read it. You see, I mean, it gives a new depth of understanding about you.
Yeah, because she was she's very critical again. Oh, why do you do this and this and this? And I always listen to the young generation. And I also in my business, when I couldn't touch them some way, if I couldn't touch them and I can understand them, and if they can get a reaction, I was very, very happy. And I always had the right feeling that I could be connected with them. Mm-hmm. And when my daughter said, yes, this is great, Papa, go on, keep writing. I said, come on.
That's wonderful. So tell us, how do you create a good business partnership? Because did you have partners while you developed your business? And how did you select them? On what basis?
To start business from zero and be in a new country alone, totally alone, it's not so easy. But my business plan, my idea was to be as normal, as natural as possible, because that's why I feel best. So when I contacted the big clients, because I saw the business, I had to be with the big clients, not with small clients. But to take care of a big order without money, it's not so easy. So I just went there and say, this is my product. Do you like it? Yes, but I don't have money. I need your money to give you this product. So in some way, I started to, they helped me and I helped them. And it was the same when I went for the first time to Hong Kong to make my production, because they demand a lot of big volumes and the money in advance or letter of credit. So I had no this possibility. So for me, it was just to communicate, to see them to see their in their eyes and tell them who I am, where I want to go. I can give them back if they help me. So I got a lot of good partners from the very beginning that they believe in my dream. So that made my life very, very easy.
What made you decide to go with one partner over another?
Because it was about to trust. I got the feeling that this is the right people. A partnership is very, very important, like a friendship. Because sometimes you have to argue, you have to fight, you have different opinions, we have production, some issues. But I used to say, friendship, to be honest, we have a common goal. You have to make money when we work together, and I have to make money. So let's try to solve the problems together. It's not my problem, it's our problem. So always to communicate. Some of them, and I was lucky, I met quite a lot of them, we had a good connection directly. Some of them, no. I did work with these people. If not good connection, not good understanding, go away. Don't stay.
So you used your gut feeling to determine whether or not to work with a person?
Exactly.
If you had to explain, what was it in your gut feeling? You said trust. Was there anything else that you paid attention to in your gut feeling?
I used to see the people in their eyes. It's how they talk to you, how they react when you say something. I did study them so carefully, but you go somewhere, you meet somebody, and you get the feeling, this is a person I can do something together. It's very difficult to explain. Small things around it.
Give us an example.
Okay, I was negotiating a big contract, a big order in Hong Kong. It was the first time I met that man. He was around 65 and I was around 30 years old. And after 30 minutes, we negotiate the size, the price, the volume. He took his luxury pen to sign the contract. And I opened my bag. I took my big pen for 20 cents. And I couldn't see his eyes directly to my pen. And I make a joke. I say, oh, you cannot compare my pen with your pen. But what you have to be safe that I will always pay your invoice on time. You will never lose 1 cent from me. And he said to me, I couldn't see on you that you are an honest person.
Yes.
And I trust you. You don't need to open a letter of credit. For me to open a letter of credit, I had no possibility because I had no money in the bank.
Right.
So this is, to be honest, to be real, authentic. Mm-hmm. You will find similar people and you will make this fantastic, amazing partnership.
Have you ever had a relationship, a partnership that didn't work out? And with hindsight, what was it? It didn't work
yes,
out. Why?
Of course. Every time I had a problem, some issues, deliveries, money, they cheat me or whatever was it was people that I never met. 30 years ago, 35 years ago, it was not so easy to travel from Europe to Hong Kong. Very expensive and everything. So you did some business by emails, no emails that time, by telefax. So you never see the people.
That's a part.
Yeah, it was by telex and telefax. You don't get the feeling, you don't see the person, you don't hear the voice. So every time I had the problems, that was the people that I never met.
Good. So really it was the connection with the person direct. So you have invested into a relationship that makes the difference, if I understood correctly.
It was the same with the customers, because to be a very, very small, new coming brand, the big department stores, they don't want to work with you because they don't know if they can get their deliveries. You are nobody. They are none. That time was very difficult. And for me, it was just to have a relation, to show them that you have to trust me and I have a dream and I will be there. And they believe in me and they help me.
Really? Even the big companies?
Yes. And many of these customers, they've been customers for 30, 35 years now.
I see. You really developed a relationship. Oh.
Exactly.
Oh, wonderful. So you also say that it's good to have research your competitors, also to provide the best quality swimwear you can provide. Since you had a low market, but a marketing budget that was low, you had to use your clients as marketers. Can you comment on that? Why these three things are essential in your business development?
When I started the business account with my first collection, I had no possibility. That time was from month to month or by advertisement in newspapers or fashion magazine. I had no money. I had just a small collection. I want to find some 10, 20 clients to sell some bikinis. So for me, it was impossible to compete with established international brands, to do any advertisement, to do any campaign. What I said to myself, if I sell to 10 customers, these 10 customers, they will help me to make 30 customers next season. And they did it.
Wow.
And every time I met one very happy customer, when I supplied and they were selling goods, I came back personally to him or to her and say, are you happy with me? Yes. Do you make money from me? Yes. We love your collection. It's very good. And our customers, our consumers, they love it. So can you help me? Of course I can help you. What do you want from me? Do you know any colleagues? They have shops in another place, another city? Of course I have. You want to sell more? Yes. So they call for me. They make the appointment.
Really? Wow.
So this was for me communication. Talk to them, be honest, show them the reality, and they will help. We help each other. So this for me was a way to grow fast my business. So after 5 years, I had so many customers, so many happy customers. That's the most important.
So how do you make sure that you don't overextend yourself? Okay, so you're getting new clients and everything, but you don't want to overextend and not deliver.
No, because I got help from my factories. I got help from all the people was around me. They believe on my dream and they could see that I was doing professional things. And I was doing, what I promised, I did. So for me, it was quite easy, not quite easy, but it was easy to grow and because they helped me at the same time. And I helped them to make money because they love my collection. I tried to be different of the other brands in the market because what was missing by that time, it was a lot of swimwear in Sweden. I remember once in 1996 in the fair, in the fair in Sweden, it was 135 swimwear brands participate in exhibition in Sweden, 8 million people.
Wow.
And 10 months a year cold. So, to compete with this one, but there was something missing in the market. And that's what I saw, that they didn't care about their customers and their consumer and about the fitting. The fitting was the most important issue on the market. Because when I was visiting in the very beginning some shops, I couldn't see consumer that was trying 20, 30 pieces before they could buy one. That means there is a problem. If you need as a woman to try 20, 30 bikinis or 40 bikinis and you are not happy and you go to the next shop, there is a problem somewhere.
I see. So you made it fit really well.
Exactly. It was the strongest thing I did.
But the strong testing. Is that right?
Exactly. Yeah. And it was the best, every woman, mostly women, because bikini and swimsuit has to fit good. If it has not fitting good, you don't buy it. When you buy something, it really make you to feel very confident and feel beautiful, you feel nice, you feel great. You will never leave this brand.
Right.
That's what happened. That will happen. When I started, I have 30 years old, let's say girls, women. When they grow up to 50, 60, I had their daughters. And their daughters, they follow generation after generation because of the good quality of the good fitting.
Good fitting and good quality. And you came to that conclusion by doing some research work of your competitors, or how did you do the research work?
Mostly on the field, on the store, in the small stores. I was sitting there next to the cashier and was watching what happened on the fitting rooms. It was a terrible situation. When I could see the girls helping the lady to buy a bikini, and they say after 1 hour, oh God, she tried 40 bikinis and she's not happy, she's complaining. I say she's complaining not because she wants to complain, because there is a problem. I found the problem on the field, This is one of the reasons the success for the brand.
I see.
To understand the needs, the real needs.
No, women definitely want to look good in a bikini, for sure. Yeah. So you also tell us about your values and how it influenced your business attitude.
I have 3 words, and also in my book and everything I do. It's a passion. I'm a passionate person. Whatever I do, even though I was working in a restaurant as a disher or whatever I do it with passion. I want to be the best. I want to do it very, very good. I want to be happy because I'm doing a very good job. I don't need my boss to say, oh, you are very good. I can see the results. So passion is number 1. To love what you do, to be in love with what you do, it's very, very important. And the third word is respect. Respect, you can respect to yourself first, but respect to the people you're working, to the people you're doing with. What? You have to understand them. This is to show respect. So these 3 words in combination together, that make a very, very big success. But if you remove one of these words from these 3, it will not be the same success.
So passion.
You can be passionate, love, and respect.
Love for your clients, for the product, for...
Exactly, for everything. Because love, what you do, love is about the environment. If you love yourself, you love the life around you, everything around you. I was first, when I was thinking about all these plastic bags, when I was delivered to the department stores 35 years ago, they packed a bikini in a plastic bag, after the next plastic bag in a bigger plastic bags. And I said, what to do? Why? By that time, plastic bag was nothing. Everybody was eating plastic bags. No problem. But it was first because I could see a big problem. So this is love also. Love about life, about the environment, about everything.
Okay. And we're coming to the end of our podcast, unfortunately. Tell us the title of your book again and a little bit of what's in it. You said your personal life.
My life, my odyssey.
Where can our listeners purchase it?
In Amazon, mostly in Amazon around the world, because they deliver all over the world.
Okay, wonderful. So I encourage my listeners to purchase Panos and all his can you think at 19, leaving Greece and starting a business in a totally new country with a new language, that is really an adventure. You are an adventurer.
Exactly, and that makes life very interesting.
Yes, I bet. You never went back to live in Greece?
Not for the moment. I left Greece because I didn't enjoy my life there. I don't know. Greece and me, it's something not much and so much. I'm missing Greece. I'm going quite often on vacation, but I don't know if I can go back to live there. I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Who knows? Okay. Well, thank you very much for sharing your knowledge and your wisdom. I appreciate very much. On behalf of my listeners, I thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Excellent International Leadership Podcast. You can subscribe to all future podcasts at excellentexecutivecoaching.com and select podcasts. Join us each Thursday to learn more about the latest trends in leadership techniques and bring your leadership to the next level. To learn more about Dr. Burrus's coaching programs and the International Leadership Mastermind, use the contact form at excellentexecutivecoaching.com.